Alright, Tolkien fans, we've got something a little special just for you. Have you thought about playing a tabletop role-playing game that's based around the Tolkien Lords of the Rings lore, but don't really want to just dive into an adapted version of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition? Then you might be looking for The One Ring by Free League. And we have the starter set to unbox for you to show you whether it's going to be worth picking up one for yourself. And keep watching till the end for an added little bit of bonus that you can also pick up if you do really enjoy the game. Right, let's get going. Oh, so straight away inside the lid, there are a bunch of quick reference rules. Die roll modifiers, degrees of success, conditions. Oh, so these are almost like Game Master's tips that you would usually see inside a DM screen. All right, tons of stuff. Here we go. Silica gel. Thanks, Free League. Okay. Looking in here. Oh, a games catalog with all of their wonderful games that you can pick up. Actually, a bunch of them are incredible, so you should definitely check out Free League. We have a set of One Ring Tolkien dice. Ooh. Let me give these a roll real quick. So the sets use, there's 2d12 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6d6. Yes! Huh. The 11 and the 12 are depicted with like a rune. I don't know if you guys can see that. And also like an eye as well. I'll move those over here and let's keep going. So there are a bunch of cards in here. Let's take a look. Okay, so these must be for each player. Kind of like when we looked at the Pathfinder beginner set. Each player can take one of these cards. And oh yeah, it's like a bunch of tips on it. And then I guess these are sort of actions that you can take. Yeah, and it shows you the different roles that you have to make for it as well. So these are like quick player guides that you can pick up and kind of remind yourself what sort of actions you can take and what skill that would use. We also have a bunch of item cards. Oh god. Can't get in. Okay. Okay, yeah, so bunch of different weapon cards. There we go. Different swords, spears, cudgels, daggers, long-hafted axe. And then on the reverse side, right there, I actually have to read it. It's got the damage, the injury score, the load, so I like for encumbrance. It's got a short description of everything, and shows the combat proficiency. So what you, and like special abilities, so like special damage features that you can do. Look, there's armor in there's a coat of mail, there's a helm. So this is gonna give you basically equip your character with whatever they're proficient in terms of like armor and weapons and things. And then you have everything in front of you, along with like your action card to be able to see what you're doing. Are you guys finding this interesting? Finding it useful? Well, then maybe consider just giving us a little like and a subscribe to this channel so you can pick up on more content just like this. It's very quick and a small thing for you, but it goes a long way for us. Thank you. There is also, it's gonna be a beautiful map. Yeah, let's look at it now. I don't wanna wait. Oh my, look at that. I mean, for real, like even if you're not a fan of the game, this map is so cool. And then it's also double-sided, so you get the other side as well. I could stare at this for quite a long time, so I'm gonna put this away and move on. A classic Tolkien look, it's so good. Okay, next up we have the pre-generated characters. So there you go, there's your character sheet right there, and then there's a little backstory and some bigger art for each of the characters. Lobelia Bracegirdle, Esmeralda Took, Drogo Baggins. These are all like relatives. So these are all hobbits. all of these pre-generated characters are hobbits. Whereas I know in the full book you can be an elf. There's a million types of humans in there as well, and I'm pretty sure you can be a dwarf as well. These are really cool. They look like they've been like handwritten. There we go. I'll try and blow that up so you guys can see it. 6, 7, 8 pre-generated characters. That's tons more than you usually get in a starter set. It's usually like 4, one of each class, and then you like go. So that's awesome that they put that many in there. And we have next all the book. There's a map in the box as well. Freely coming in clutch, using every single surface that they have available. So there is an adventure book. So I believe, let me read the box so I don't say it wrong. 32-page volume containing 5 exciting adventures to play. So there's 5 adventures in a starter set is like almost unheard of. There's usually 1 or 2. The Pathfinder one had 2, one that was solo and one that was for group play. This has 5 adventures in it. I'll give you a look at some of the art in here. All right, next book is The Rules. So the rule book. It's nice that they've divided these up into separate books and then not just all kind of put together in one tome. Yeah, I mean, it's showing examples of playing, the differences between the lore master, which is the game master, and the player heroes. Action resolution, great. There are feat dice, which are the D12s. There's a Gandalf rune and then the Eye of Sauron on them. So they're a D12, but they go from 1 to 10 with those 2 symbols on them. Gandalf rune is the greatest result you can get, and the Eye of Sauron is considered to be the worst result. And then your success dice are your D6s. And then it's got all about your modifiers, little tables. Everything is written out and spaced out really nicely, but still keeping that like Tolkien-esque theme through the whole book. That's really cool. All your skills, proficiencies. This artwork, like Free League does amazing artwork with all of their books. Next up, oh, wrong box. Next up is a book on the Shire. So let me consult my box. A 52-page compendium covering the 4 farthings of the Shire, all the way from Greenholm in the west to Buckland and the Old Forest in the east. So this is just the setting book. The amount of detail that this goes into, brief history of the Shire, all the different families, the geography, gossip tables, all the different villages, gossip tables again for all the different areas where you can hear different information. Just the artwork, guys, come on. There is so much information in there for the lore master and the players that would find that useful. I'd probably recommend that the lore master reads through it though, as to not give away too much for the players. People are so engrossed in like the depth of the lore, so to come up with a book that's like this thick in a starter set that just lays out the area, this means that it doesn't matter if you have digested every single book. It means that you can bring this living, breathing world from Tolkien straight to your table, which is absolutely amazing. And as promised, there is something extra that you can get if you choose to pick up a copy of The One Ring, either the starter set or the full book that I have behind me on my shelf. Oops. And that is, you can pick up a GM screen and then also a book on Rivendell as well to expand out your world. There is another like setting book that goes over a bunch of information for you to bring to your games. It's got the elves in there, but also this extra pack comes with a GM screen, a lore master screen, like that. Haha, where it has all of the not basic, but just like the highly used information, just like a DM screen, GM screen for D&D, Pathfinder, all of the other games. This has all of the information that you need to have quickly on hand to be able to run smooth games and have those rules quick and easy at your fingertips. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments what you think of this set. Are you gonna play the One Ring? Have you already played the One Ring? Let's talk Tolkien, guys. And if you enjoyed this unboxing, then maybe you should check out this video right here where we look at Pathfinder.